Hey everybody, so today I saw The Addams Family, directed by Greg Tiernan and Conrad Vernon. This movie stars Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Finn Wolfhard, Chloe Grace Moretz, Nick Kroll, Bette Midler, and Allison Janney. Addams Family isn't great, but I liked it a whole lot more than I thought I would. And I don't know if that's because I like this movie itself, or if it's because I like, simply put, the characters of the Addams Family and that story and that world that's been generated through multiple TV shows, movies, and basically the entire filmography that has been included in the Addams Family. I like it. I like the aesthetic. I like the characters. So I don't know if I'm pulling that background knowledge and bringing it into this movie and letting that affect my opinion. But in the end, I did like this movie. Now, I despise, and I've been saying this since the first day the trailer dropped, I do not like the character designs in this movie. And it's my biggest problem with it. The Addams Family are fine. I like the character designs. They grew on me. At first, I wasn't the biggest fan of them, but it's not terrible. The main core family designs are fine and they work. It's the background characters that are disgusting. The townspeople look like they're just copy and pasted with a few different changes to make them look different from each other. And the main villain has a horrendous design, in my opinion. That's Allison Janney's character. The voice is fine. I'll get into that with the voice performances a little bit later. But the character designs were just simply off-putting to me. And Allison Janney's daughter in this movie, who I believe is voiced by Elsie Fisher from 8th grade from last year, it's utterly disgusting, her character design, and I think it's one of the worst character designs for a big budget theater movie that I have ever seen. I'm not kidding. It is disgusting. Now, I did find the movie to be very funny. A lot of the jokes hit, but I find the script to be okay to fine, which, like I said, we'll get back to that with voice performances. But the story, I think, is bad. It feels like 3 episodes of a TV show crammed into 1 hour and a half movie, with the stories interweaving and intervening with each other. Plus, a lot of the problems in this movie are just solved so fast, it just feels a little strange to me. And finally, I thought some of the delivery, like I've been saying this entire thing, I thought the delivery from some of the voice actors sounded bad, in a way, across the board. It could have been chalked up to poor editing for the lines or just bad takes being used in the final cut, but sometimes it just feels a little off and sounds awkward. Now, like I said, it's a movie that's 3 episodes of a TV show packed into one movie, so you can chalk it up to that a little bit, where they are going to take a little bit of liberties. Oh, nobody's going to say anything here. We're not going to give Nick Kroll a lot to do for whatever reason. He's in this movie. We paid him a lot of money. He sounds like the old, dying, decrepit hormone monster from Big Mouth. That's just the character. That's the voice. It's the same voice he uses in Big Mouth. He has nothing to do in this movie. He's hardly in it. And that's unfortunate because a lot of the characters in this movie just aren't given all that much to do. Finn Wolfhard has his thing, but other than that, he's not in the movie. Gomez Addams with Oscar Isaac has some things to do, but not a whole lot where they're being involved in the rest of the story. And unfortunately, it kind of takes it down. You look at movies like Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, where they use their voice acting cast, and they're in it throughout the movie, and it never feels like they're doing any disservices or not giving them enough screen time. In this movie, it feels like that sometimes, and it just comes off as a little off-putting and a little strange, because I don't know what I was expecting from this movie. I wasn't expecting something great. I wasn't expecting it to break the mold for animated movies, but I expected it to maybe be there at the end of the year for a Best Animated Feature nominee. And this movie, in my opinion, doesn't do anything to set itself aside from the rest of the canon fodder animated movies I've seen this year. It's still one of my favorite animated movies of the year on a personal level because I like the characters and I like what is in this movie, but I don't think it's a great movie that at the end of the year we're going to see nominated for Best Animated Feature. And for everything I've said, that's kind of what detracts it a little bit from my opinion. But I like the Addams Family. There's a few choices I would have changed if I was making this movie, but I think it's a good Halloween fun movie. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to this or a TV show to come out of it. Like I said, the Addams Family as a whole is good. I liked them. And if you're looking at the structure of the previous movies and shows that have been done around the Addams Family, that foundation is still there. There are references to multiple scary movies, which I thought was great and made me laugh. But there was one scene where they look at where the camera turns to Morticia Addams, and if you've seen the '90s live action Addams Family movies, whenever they show Morticia on her own, they use lighting and shadows to just emphasize her eyes. And this movie does that. And it feels like they knew the history of the Addams Family and took that into account when making this movie. And took bits and pieces from everything that's been done before for the Addams Family and put it into this movie. And I like it. There's one point where Lurch, the butler, Frankenstein, is playing on the organ, and they're going down into the nice town that's underneath the hill where the Addams Family live, and he starts playing the "It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood, a Wonderful Day for a Neighbor," the theme song from Mr. Rogers. And it's little things like that that make me really like this movie. And I think that if you like the Addams Family, if you like Halloween, not spooky movies, but good Halloween fun movies, you're going to like the Addams Family. And for that, I'm going to give it a 6.1 out of 10.